Hey y'all, it's Dana Mitchell here with OrganizedDIY.com, and I'm back with another productivity pointer for you. These are quick tips to help you save time. Don't forget, if you're trying to get organized, check out our website at OrganizedDIY.com. Thanks, y'all.
I've got some really fun tips for you today that you may not know about, and hopefully it'll help you improve your productivity. We're going to talk about autofill, how to quickly get data into columns. We're going to talk about what is this silly little green triangle that keeps showing up on my data. And then I'm going to give you some tips on how to calculate large numbers or data within columns very quickly without having to add them up. So let's get started. First, let's talk about autofill. As you can see in this column, I have January and February typed into my field. So if I highlight those and put my cursor here at the little plus mark down here at the very bottom, there's something that Excel has called autofill. And if you point down here and you click and drag the information all the way down, you can see right next to my cursor that the system automatically knows that January, February, March go in order, and it's going to fill that for me without having to manually type it. So that's a cool trick that you may not know about. If we do the same thing with Monday and Tuesday, put your cursor over here in the corner and you can see there's a little round circle there, and it turns to a plus, then that way you know that you're in the right place. Click and hold and start dragging, and it will repeat the information and autofill it. As you can see, it goes all the way through Sunday and then starts again. Now we've got numbers here, same information. I'm going to highlight those two and then start dragging those down, and again it will recognize the pattern that I have. So it's going 10, 20, 30 versus 10, 20, 21, 22. So it's very smart that way and very helpful. So let's talk about this little funny green triangle here that shows up on your data. What is that? Well, that is actually, I call it my helper. It tells me when there's something going on with my data that may not be correct. And if you click in the field, any field that has that triangle, you can see it puts here a little caution or an exclamation point to let you know something's going on. So if I point to that and drop down the little arrow next to it, it's going to give me some helpful hints. So for these numbers, this is showing me that the number is stored as text rather than as a number. So I may want to convert that to a number. Other times you're going to see this helper, this box, is when there's some paste options that you may need to know about, or you might see it with the autofill, or if you've got some type of error in a formula. So that again is a helper box for you. So I've got this error showing in all my numbers. So I'm going to highlight all of these and I'm going to point to this box, drop it down, and I'm going to convert all of those to numbers. And you could see that the numbers were on the left hand side and now they're on the right, and that box is gone. So they have been converted to numbers rather than text. So that's helpful when you are trying to figure out why a calculated field is not working. Make sure that your information in the field, the numbers, are actually formatted as numbers. So that moves us on to quickly being able to calculate data and numbers within a worksheet. And so here's a few tips you may not know about. So we have a whole column of numbers, and if I highlight them or highlight part of them and look down here at the bottom, look, I have got an automatic calculation. So it's showing me that I have a count of 6 that is highlighted, and it's done a sum of 210 for me. So another way you may use this is maybe you need to highlight a few fields, not all of them, and get a count or a sum for those particular fields. Maybe you're double checking your data. So you can do this by clicking a field, holding down Control will choose whichever field you're clicking on, and if you click on a field and hold Shift and then click on a second field, it highlights all of those. So again, you can do Shift and Control to select certain data, and then you can get quick counts. So to see other options that you can have showing here at the bottom, If you right click, we could add average, or we can add a count, max and min, and as you can see, the information that's highlighted, it's already giving me the answers to my questions. So I've checked and marked all those. I'm going to just click out, and there all the information is at the bottom that you can have that showing whenever you need it. So really cool stuff. I love these tips. It helps save me time when I am typing in data, or if I'm doing spot checks of data in formulas to make sure everything's calculating correctly. So I hope these have been helpful. We talked about autofill, how to quickly see the sums of different numbers using our nifty bar down here, and then we got an understanding about what that green triangle was. It's our helper trying to give us some answers about our information. Thanks a lot for joining me, and remember, Organized DIY is your tool online if you are looking for information, tips, and tricks on how to get organized. Thanks a lot. See you next time.